Hi there. I've been doing some back to lay stuff this evening, and I was reminded of something I'm sure I've introduced or talked about on the channel before, but I'm not sure if I explained myself. And that is why I use an automated green up process, as you can see indicated in the strategy column here in the watch list. Why do I use that as opposed to manually greening up or using some predefined point? Well, first of all, manually greening up, Fairbot would react a lot quicker than I can if I'm just looking at the screen with my finger poised over the green up button. Fairbot will always react a lot quicker than I can possibly do that. And that's not really the main reason. The main reason is I think you get a better return. Let me explain by way of an example. We skip to this race here. It's probably easier to show you in the ladder. So if I back that for £100, and let's say I wanted a £50 profit, I can, of course, scroll down here, pop in my corresponding lay bet, and that's it. That's all I need to do. Now that predefined point, it's like someone waiting on a bus to come at the same bus stop every day. Okay, you do that for every race, and all you'll ever get is £50 profit. And of course, what you're waiting for is the market to come down and pick up the passengers. And if you do that in every race, you'll get the same result, assuming, of course, the market shortens enough. We're going to assume that anyway. But generally speaking, what happens with our proverbial bus is that it carries on its journey and the market falls still further. So I really don't like the idea of wasting all that potential profit. So if I can labour the bus analogy a little bit more, rather than me standing at this bus stop waiting for the bus to come, I can look out my front window and look for the bus to arrive here and then nip out the front door to the next bus stop. Okay? So what I do is using a green up process like this, where I simply monitor the market, or more specifically, Fairbot monitors the market. And it knows that at this point here, that's where my green up point of £50 would be. And whenever it sees the market hit that, it submits a corresponding bet. But keep in mind, there's a finite amount of time it takes to make that calculation, then submit that corresponding lay bet into the market. There's then a second delay in running because of the way Betfair works on in-play or in-running racing. And so there's a delay of slightly over a second of that bet reaching the market. In the meantime, the market's moved down. So you end up getting a much better price. So although in the vast majority of cases, if I'm looking for a target profit green up of £50, I may get 51, 52. Occasionally, I'll get something bigger. Now, it's not unusual to find yourself getting as much as double your target profit. That happens with remarkable frequency. And so from that point of view, I think it's a better plan to use an automated procedure rather than sticking in a predefined exit point like I've done in this particular case. Now, the situation is that if I do it this way and the market drops down to that level and bounces back up again, there's a fair chance my money will be matched, at least partially. Whereas in the case of monitoring the market, and the market comes down here, hits that will trigger the Fairbot to produce the in-running lay to close out the position. but by the time that lay hits the market, it will have bounced away again. So there is that drawback. On a very occasionally, you will get a point where your lay isn't matched or it isn't fully matched when you submit it live. Having said that, from what I've seen over the months and years, you will find that the number of times you get an additional bonus like this far outweighs the occasional unmatched lay. So that's why I use a green up automated procedure for closing my position rather than sticking a predefined lay bet into the market and taking it in play. Okay, hope that clarifies everything. Cheers.